To when my boss called, she said that we lost, like, basically our investors pulled out. Like, they didn't want to reinvest.
What's going on with the truckers? So the other day I made a video about Dillon Logistics Inc. and them just going under business and closing their doors. Now, I read the comments and there's a lot of people saying that it was an accident that happened in 2015-16 where they owed over $25 million that took them out of business. They say that actually in 2017, investment group Cotton Creek Capital took over majority shares, and what these private equity firms do is they look for companies that are 15 to 20 million dollars, somewhere around that average, and they invest money into it and they try to grow the company. And so that's usually their pitch. So they pitch Jeff Dillon, and he went for it. We don't know if he went for it because he was losing money as far as all the lawsuits and just all those payments, or if he really wanted to expand his business. And so he just thought what they could do for his company would have been better. And the last one, possibly after so many years of running a company, he just wanted to retire, right? He still owned ownership, but he was not the majority owner anymore. And so I start looking through the comments, and then I had a anonymous truck driver that worked for Dillon reach out to me and basically let me know that he found out that he was terminated by watching the Asian My show. And I am so sorry that you have to hear about getting let go from your job from a YouTuber. That is the worst way to get let go. Although Freightwaves and CDO Life were able to get information about them closing the doors at midnight, a lot of people actually didn't hear about this until they got an email at 3:30. So at 3:30, our subscriber gets this email that basically says he's terminated and not to come back to work. That is the worst way for a company to ever do that. You should call your people. Be man or woman enough to do that and have respect for your driver to do that. No one wants to read anything from an email that they're let go, especially the ones that have been working there 10, 15, 20, 30 years for the company. How could you do that to them? But they actually give reasons why. And basically, they say that the company was supposed to be bought out, but they said that they were going to keep the employees. But I guess that fell through. And because of that, they're closing their doors. But I'm on the used market, and as all you truck drivers and owner operators are looking for equipment, the used market is crazy. So you know damn well they rather just liquidate everything and make their money off that. And these private equity firms, they make so much money that they need tax write-offs. And I know it's a different level of making money, but when you make so much money, it's almost good that you have a company that's failing so you can write off taxes and you can save more money from doing that. So there's so many things. But the honest truth is this company went under because when Jeff Dillon, for whatever various reasons, the accident that happened, the $25 million that the company had to pay out, the bad management, all these things, it was most likely when he allowed a private equity firm to take over his business. I'm a nobody. But one thing I do know is Jeff Dillon cared about his company. I know he did. He grew up from the ground up. And I know it sounds so good to have partners and people with more money come in and these expansions, and they give you these wishes and dreams. But at the end of the day, they're not going to care about your dream more than you. And so, the truth be told, the investment group, they just didn't want to reinvest money back in. And it was easy to see that the equipment was going to shed. But maybe that's why no company wanted to buy them out. But overall, now you know. Leave our subscriber as anonymous because they're just on here just to help us out, to give us a better understanding of what's going on, to help the families and others out during this hard time. So, I just appreciate you, brother, just for hopping on with me and, allowing us to do this to help other truck drivers, bro.
Oh, no problem.
You know, uh, we were texting, and the first thing I have to say is I'm so sorry that you got to hear about being terminated from Dillon Logistics or Dillon Transport through a YouTuber. You know what I mean? That's like the worst way probably in the world. I mean, did you just like see a video about Dillon, or did you follow the show? What was the situation with that, brother?
Yes, I was following the show, and apparently it went out like midday calls about it, but I didn't find out till later on that evening when I like called my boss like 6, 7 o'clock, and then I drove by a random driver that happened to ask me questions about it, and I was like, it's already out, and I'm just finding out.
What was the since you were there though? Like, what was the environment like? Was it a friendly place? Was it kind of aggressive? How were the management staff?
Oh, it was very friendly. Like management was cool. I had no issues with them whatsoever.
Man, no, that's good. No, that's good to hear. At least So it really caught you off guard when you heard the news, huh?
I mean, there were signs, but I mean, truthfully, I've never been with a company going under. But if you look back on it, there were signs. I can say that.
And
According
that,
to when my boss called, she said that we lost like basically our investors pulled out. Like they didn't want to reinvest.
and I know that when we were text messaging, you said there was another company snatching up a lot of the contracts, um, and you said they were paying $18 an hour, and they're still snatching up contracts.
Yeah, basically been paying their drivers like hourly when I spoke to a couple of them, and they've been basically able by doing that they've been able to underbid everybody.
Wow! So at $18 an hour, what company is that?
That's Hawks. I don't know if
Hawks.
it's Hawks Logistics or Hawks Transport. I can't remember, but yes, they've been snatching up everything.
Dang.
I know it's
Okay.
a couple routes that like a one route out in particular that I was dedicated to. And then one day I go down there and they basically said they didn't have a load for me because they basically got a contract on it for the next 5 weeks, something like that.
Damn. So they're paying their workers, uh, uh, not the best pay, but they're keeping expenses low so that they can undercut and take contracts.
Yep. And they're basically getting up everything between bulk and asphalt.
Man, so that definitely didn't help. So, hey, I wish you the best of luck, man. If you ever need anything, bro, you got my number now. But I think with your experience and what you're doing, you ain't gonna have a problem finding a job.
No, not at all.
No, that's great, man. Well, I'm glad that you niched up and you got your skill set up so that when situations like this do happen, you always gonna be good.
Yes.
But no, I appreciate you, man. Uh,
No problem, man. Thank you. Thank you
Not
for
a
having me
problem.
on the show.